Do you want a hearing device, or would you like, I think our clerk is going to get one for you, and then
Okay.
it sends everything from here
Okay.
into that device. Hello, hello.
I can hear that.
Excellent.
Thank
Okay,
you.
great. We will go on the record in the matter 23 CF 156, State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Hanson. We have the state appearing, but the state does not need to be a part of this hearing. We have Darrell Hanson appearing by video conferencing from Stanley Correctional Facility. We have his wife, Jill Hanson, appearing in person here today. An application of I can't speak today. Indigency has been filed. It appears to have been filled out by Mrs. Hanson, but Mr. Hanson did sign the document and was filed with the court. I've reviewed this document. Mr. Hanson does not qualify for a public defender for any appeal or review for an appeal, and so he is requesting the court appoint a court-appointed attorney for his appellate matter. And I have Miss Jill Hanson up here, Mr. Hanson, at the one attorney's table, and I do have you here simply because right now she's in control of the financial situation and she knows the financial situation, and it is my belief that she was the one who filled out this application. Is that accurate, Ms.
Yes.
Hanson? And so I reviewed the application, and with this, a court appointed with the amounts that have been placed on this document, and the fact that you don't qualify for a public defender does allow the court to grant your request, or Mr. Hanson's request, for a court appointed. However, there is going to need to be money down, especially considering that there is an extensive amount of equity in the home. It won't be as much as what the trial court level was for that deposit, but with an appeal, it would need to be at least $1,500.
Okay.
All right. And it would be $1,500 down. And Mr. Hanson, you would be responsible for each hour of the attorney's services at $100 an hour. But again, that's significantly reduced, especially for appellate attorneys. They usually charge much more than trial court attorneys. So it would be $100 an hour per hour that the attorney does work. The attorney would provide an invoice to the county. The county then reviews it and provides a copy to Mr. Hanson, and we can have Ms. Hanson CC'd on that, because it would also require a monthly payment of $150 a month until the bill is paid off. So is there an ability for you to get that money at least out of the equity, or to borrow it for this matter and in a short period of time, Ms. Hanson?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Hanson, do you understand the requirements for court-appointed attorney with regards to that deposit and that monthly payment based upon the financial situation?
Yes.
Ms. Hanson, do you also understand?
Yes.
Okay. And so once we receive the deposit, as soon as the court receives the deposit, the court will court appoint a court of appeals counsel, an appellate counsel. We have some available, but most likely they're going to be in the Madison type area, because that's where most of the appellate attorneys are housed. So again, once we receive the $1,500, and an appellate attorney will be appointed. It will be monthly payments of $150. The first payment will be in August and every month thereafter. If the court does not receive the required monthly payment, then that means the court will terminate that relationship, and you would either need to retain them privately and pay for them privately, or you would need to find a different appellate attorney. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So it's advantageous to have that down payment as soon as practically possible. Do you have an idea when you can get that money to be paid to the clerk?
I could do it today. I need to go to the bank and have it transferred out of the HELOC.
Okay, all right. So go and do that and have it paid. And I'm gonna say we're just gonna make sure that it's paid no later than August 8th. If we have the money, then I'll have my assistant contact Madison to get an appellate attorney, okay? All right. Anything further, Mr. Hanson?
No,
Anything from you, Miss Hanson?
No,
All right, then we are adjourned. Thank you.
thank you.
thank you. Is that it?
Yep, that's all.
All right, let's talk about that. The hearing in State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Hanson was short, focused, and ran without any legal friction, but that doesn't mean it was without substance. What we saw here was a glimpse into the often unseen machinery of post-conviction litigation, the financial mechanics of appellate representation, and how courts navigate indigency when public defender eligibility is off the table. Judge Mogen handled it with her trademark combination of clarity, patience, and a touch of personal warmth, especially given that Mr. Hanson appeared via video from Stanley Correctional, and his wife Jill attended in person to help sort out the numbers. The issue was simple but significant. Mr. Hanson wants to pursue an appeal, but doesn't qualify for a public defender due to his household assets, namely equity in the home. So the court had to determine whether to approve a court-appointed attorney under a partial indigency framework. The judge reviewed the application filled out by Mrs. Hanson and signed by Mr. Hanson and found that while he didn't qualify for a fully state-funded attorney, he could have one appointed with a reduced fee structure. That structure? A modest $15 down payment, followed by $150 monthly installments and a reduced hourly attorney rate of $100, substantially lower than typical appellate costs. Judge Mogen made sure both Mr. and Mrs. Hanson understood what they were signing up for. No payment, no lawyer, miss a monthly payment, the court terminates the appointment, and Mr. Hanson would be on his own to retain private counsel. But Mrs. Hanson, who handles the household finances, assured the court she could get the funds transferred from their HELOC that very day. The judge then set a hard deadline, August 8, for that $15 deposit to be received. Once that's in, the court will appoint appellate counsel, most likely from the Madison area, given that's where most appellate attorneys are based. There wasn't any courtroom drama here, but there was quiet dignity in how this was handled. The judge took the time to explain each piece of the process, not just to Mr. Hanson behind the video feed, but to his wife, who showed up to support and facilitate the legal process. It was another example of how Judge Mogen makes even administrative proceedings feel human. So now the next step is simple. Get the money in, get the attorney appointed, and move forward with the appeal. It's a small moment in the larger arc of a felony case, but it's an important one, and it shows how access to justice sometimes depends just as much on paperwork and payment plans as it does on legal arguments. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.